This is the podcast, not an interview. This is a conversation. No gimmicks, just reasons. 84 reasons. Come holler at me. What up, everybody? I am Being True. This is the latest installment of 84 Reasons. No games, no gimmicks, just reasons. And this time, let me see. I'm trying to do this the right way. We going to the O-Dome for the vault, bars, the beam, the floor, the all around. My next guest, because we gonna get to it. There was a meet. I think that's what you call them, against Auburn. It was supposed to be all about Trinity and Suni Lee, but no, there was this 5'1" monster from Kansas City. Like, we finna show y'all that I'm here to do it. Very, very soft-spoken. I'm gonna show you what I do through what I do out there on the floor. The great Leanne Wong. What's going on with you today, Leanne?
Hi. So great to be on here and talk with you.
Now, Leanne, I know this is the part that you don't do. Like, Leanne, like, listen, I don't do a bunch of talking. I let my athletic ability do the talking for me, but I thank you for taking the time today. Very, very accomplished. Before we even get to, versus Auburn, when it comes to gymnastics, is this something you do from a very, very young age? Because it seems to be something that by the time you get to college, y'all already went to the Olympics or the Pan American Games. Talk about the, transition from deciding I'm going to do this full time. At what age do you start taking it serious?
Yeah, it's been a really long journey. I started gymnastics when I was 5 years old, and I'm going to be on like my 15th year now. So it's been really fun and just learning all the life lessons through the sport. So, yeah.
So Leanne, who's the tallest gymnast? Now, tall and gymnast don't really go together. I get that part. But what is the tallest gymnast, or what's the tallest you can be to still be not tall enough to qualify as being a gymnast? Because you guys are not like 5'9", 5'10". Y'all 5'1", 5'2", 5'3". If you are too tall, do you disqualify yourself if you are too tall to be a gymnast?
No, I don't think you can disqualify yourself for being too tall. I feel like there are some taller gymnasts out there, and they just use a little different technique for their height, and they figure it out.
The University of Florida gymnastic team, very, 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 very accomplished. I mean, prestigious. Coach Rowland, coming, her days at Arizona State, I read to where she was saying, like, now y'all packing the dome. It's like, you better get to the O-Dome early. It's going to be standing room. Only she remember when it wasn't that way. She see how much the sport has grown. When you guys are on the floor, can you feel the energy in the O-Dome? Does it feel like what it looks like on television?
Yes, definitely. We can definitely feel the energy in the O-Dome, and it definitely gives us a little boost when we're competing, and it just really makes everything feel so much more energetic. So you can definitely feel the difference with the fans there and not there.
When it comes to coaching, at the collegiate level, having a coach that has experience in the sport, not just coaching the sport, seems to be a little bit better for the student athlete experience. Having a coach like Coach Jenny Rowland, does that help you guys because she can relate to what you guys are going through?
Yes, Coach Rowland is absolutely amazing. She was a gymnast herself, so she knows the process and how gymnasts think. So it's just been really nice to have Jenny as our coach and along the way with us.
Leanne, what is a meet like? Like y'all do so many events. Is there one that you prefer over the other one? And do you prefer floor over beam or over vault? Is there one you prefer over the other one? Because you get a chance to shine in a lot of different events out there.
Yeah, I always get asked what my favorite event is, but I always say I don't necessarily have a favorite. It can kind of just depend on like the day and how that event went that day, or just the time period of like what skills I'm working. But when it comes to competing, I think floor is definitely the most fun, since like you have the music and it's just a lot of energy and fun to perform on the floor.
I mean, when y'all getting ready to do the vault, like, do they have a time y'all to see how fast y'all? I'm like, they be running so, like, how does one run that fast, stop, and have enough coordination to hit, like, how much practice does something like the vault take? Because I'm like, man, they might want to time y'all. Y'all be moving pretty fast. Obviously, I understand the impact from the speed, but how much timing does that take?
Yeah, vault is so different from all the other events. It's just like run and you have so much going through your mind and you have like such little time to just think about everything you need to do to make that skill. But yeah, it takes a lot of practice and throughout the years we obviously began with like simpler vaults of running up to the horse and just jumping over and then as the years go on it gets more and more difficult. So it's probably all those years of training.
I had a friend that had a daughter that was in gymnastics, and he wanted me to see her workout one time. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, and I went in there, and I walk in, and she's sitting on the ground. She's sitting on the ground, like sitting on the ground, and it's a rope next to her. I'm like, oh, okay, and she just starts pulling up. I'm like, wait, and she pulls all the way up to the top, and comes back down, and she does it again. I go, wait. She doesn't get to use her legs. No, do
Uh-huh.
you guys do that? Like, you guys' workout is intense. There's a reason why they don't show the rest of the world what you guys do, because mere mortals can't do stuff like that.
Yeah, there's so much that athletes do not on the competition floor, like all the hours of training and all the conditioning, cardio, and strength training is a lot. But I mean, it really pays off when it comes time to compete since you just have all that training behind you and you can just rely on your body and performing.
The voice you're listening to right now is Leanne Wong. The accolades, perfect 10 on the ball, perfect 10 on the balls, 9.975 on the beam, 9.975 on the floor, 39.875 on the all around, 8-time All American, 4 NCAA, 4 WCGA. Just too many accolades. But I want to set the tone. It's Florida versus Auburn. It's Old Dome is packed. It's cold. It's cold in Gainesville, which is very rare. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen often. So they go into the state. They go into the Old Dome with their jackets on. Yes, Trinity Thomas is in the building. Yes, Suni Lee is in the building. But it's almost like they took backstage to this young lady named Leanne Wong. Two perfect 10s. What is it like? Because most sports, there is no perfection. You want to try to have the best performance you can have, but you can actually score a perfect 10. Did you feel it? Did it feel like a perfect 10 that day, or did you say, look, I'm gonna go and do my best? But when the perfect 10, when it flashes up, what is that feeling like?
I mean, yeah, that night I knew it was gonna be a great crowd, and I was just really glad to have like the home crowd and Gator Nation there to support us. But when I was competing, it was just a lot of fun, and I feel like a perfect 10 is not always perfect, but I feel like there's always room for improvement, and I feel like just performing and hitting that routine and getting that score is just an amazing feeling at that moment.
Does it add more pressure? Because obviously the goal is to get a perfect 10 every time. That's not gonna happen. But once it actually happens, then it happens twice. Does that put more pressure on you to try to have a repeat performance like that? Or do you just go, look, I don't know. In my mind, it was a 9.975. They gave me a 10. Is it because as athletes, we are our harshest critic. No matter how great we're performing, you appreciate it, congratulate, but in your mind, I didn't land it the way I wanted to, but then they obviously saw something different. How do you deal with the pressures of trying to have the best performance every time I'm out there?
Yeah, definitely. I have the goal of getting perfect 10s every time, but especially after last week and getting my perfect 10s, I feel like I just want to get more of those. So I'm just going to take whatever from those routines and try to improve even more so I can keep getting 10s.
The encouragement and enthusiasm with gym, in gymnastics is infectious. Good or bad, good performance, bad performance, y'all are getting constant encouragement from walking off the floor to with your teammates. How much does that help you? Because obviously y'all need each other. You out there by yourself, even though your teammates are watching you. How does that encouragement help you? Because no matter how you're feeling, you don't even have time to kind of like feel bad if you have a bad performance because they're picking you up immediately. How much does that keep your spirits up?
Yeah, the team support is amazing. Like, no matter how your performance was, your teammates and the team will always be proud of you and know that know what you can do and how good you can be.
Now, Leanne, I mean, you're talking, I mean, your experience with Olympics, Pan American Games, World Championships, but nothing compares to Gator Nation. We're different. We're a different animal, right? You've heard about us, coming from Kansas, coming like, I've heard how crazy Gator, but now you've experienced it for a full year. Please give us your breakdown of how crazy these Florida crazies can be.
I mean, college gymnastics has just been a completely different experience from what I'm used to. Like throughout all my years of gymnastics, it's always been pretty individual. So just having like such a big crowd and everyone cheering for the team, it's just so nice to have.
Now, I read something that Trinity Thomas said she's obsessed with you and your talent level. What does that feel like? Because obviously, coming to Florida, if you don't know who Trinity Thomas is in gymnastics, you don't watch it. To get that type of admiration from a teammate, nobody's making her say that. She says, no, I'm obsessed with Leanne. Love to watch her. What is it like having her as a teammate, and how does having a person like that on your team push you to be the best you can be?
Yeah, Trinity is a huge inspiration to me. Like all her accomplishments and her doing college gymnastics and then going back to elite was actually something that people rarely did. So she was one of the first ones that I saw do, and she proved that it was possible. So she's a really big inspiration. I just want to become like her.
Leanne, you guys got you guys got depth, top to bottom. Like, I get it. You got the big name in Trinity. Obviously, you're making a name for yourself very, very quickly. But the depth you guys have from top to bottom, talk about the team as a whole. I know every team has a headliner, every team has a superstar, but then most teams, they just lack depth. You guys don't lack depth. And we'll talk about the camaraderie of the team and how competitive does those practices get, because you guys really don't have no weak links.
Yeah, it's great to have so much depth in the team since in practice we're all pushing each other to be better. And when it comes to competing, we have like different lineups. The team a lot stronger.
You said that this SEC gymnastics has been something totally different that you've grown up accustomed to. What about the city of Gainesville? Because you're coming from Kansas to Gainesville. Now, it gets hot in Kansas, but it gets ridiculous in Gainesville. What was the biggest adjustment for you coming from Kansas to Gainesville?
I mean, I guess the biggest difference was just being more independent since you're not like living with your family and have someone cooking for you every day. But I feel like just living on my own and like really learning about time management and figure out gymnastics and school life.
Now that you guys are in the NIL era, the social media era, so much more attention is given to you guys from all this accessibility that people have. How does one balance it? Because yes, you are a student, you are an athlete, but you're a person in the midst of all of that. How does one not get so focused on, yes, I want to be the best student I can be, I want to be the best athlete I can be, but I don't want to lose Leanne in the process. I'm still me on top of all these things. How do you balance it all?
I mean, yeah, just being a student athlete is a lot, but just finding that balance and just trying to find time for yourself and just really taking the most of like days when you have free time and not doing gymnastics or school. But honestly, I do spend a lot of time doing gymnastics in school, and I feel like with NIL, there's just been a lot of opportunity with that. So I'm just really grateful for what the sport of gymnastics has brought me.
When you think about the sport of gymnastics, and I mentioned earlier about Coach Rowland saying how much it's grown. She probably doesn't even recognize it. A perfect 10, probably when she was in gymnastics, was very rare. Well, she's seeing 2 in one night. She got another player that has over 20 in her career. But gymnastics as a whole is obviously you do it on a team. But how does NIL get a chance to how to maybe help grow the sport of gymnastics? Maybe Gainesville doesn't need it because they have the University of Florida, but potentially going back to your hometown and saying, I want to put on clinics, because while every young girl is not going to be a Leanne, they still should have an opportunity to compete.
Yeah, I feel like NIL has brought athletes a lot of opportunity, and social media has really like grown our platforms, since I just gotten a lot of messages on social media like, oh, I'm from Switzerland, I'm from China, I'm from Argentina, and all these different countries. So it's just really cool to know that they know of us from other countries. And yeah.
Now, Leanne, we only get snapshots of you guys, flying through the air, on on uneven bars, different things. We don't get a chance to know the person individually. So we talked about the depth earlier. Who's the person on the team that keeps everything light? Everybody has a teammate that goes, look, I'm not going to take this thing super serious. I'm serious with my work, but I got to laugh. I got to enjoy myself. What teammate keeps things light for you?
My teammate who probably keeps things light for me is probably Peyton Richards. Ever since I've joined the team, she's always just had such a fun personality and really just tried to like keep it fun, since I've always been a very serious gymnast. So it's like different for me, but it's fun.
What is recruiting like in gymnastics? I mean, I know that when it comes to like certain circuits, like when it comes to softball or volleyball, they be in these huge tournaments that you got hundreds of teams. What is gymnastics like to get noticed? And once you get noticed, like I said, by the time you get to college, you got so much professional experience.
Yeah, I think I got my first recruiting letter in maybe like level 8, and then the highest level is like level 10. So I'd say just getting all those letters from colleges and them showing interest is really cool. And knowing that I could have an opportunity to have a full ride scholarship to college is just amazing. So I was just really grateful to join the University of Florida and get the great academic and athletics.
Now, with Coach Jenny, when she's recruiting you, she got to keep the fandom down. She's like, "How you doing? I'm Coach Jenny Rowland. I know a lot about you." And then she's shaking your hand, leaving your house, saying, "I hope to God I get Leanne." Because what makes sports is the players, is the participants, is the athletes, it's the moments. Like when Coach Jenny gets the head coaching job, she's like, "Okay, I get to coach at the University of Florida. That's prestigious alone." She's coaching perfect 10 athletes. Like. And the thing, and she has to talk about it after the meet like it's regular. But I heard you say, "Listen, I'm just going to enjoy the moment. I'm gonna take what I've learned last year, bring it into this year. I'm gonna take it one meet at a time, and I'm just gonna enjoy the process." Is that how you keep yourself like really even keel? Because Leanne, if I was in the O Dome, I'm going crazy. I'm like, I'm talking trash to whomever they're from Auburn. So I told y'all, Leanne told me. That's what I'll do. You get the 2 perfect 10s. I said, Leanne told me she's gonna get 2 perfect 10s. She don't even know you. Watch this. Leanne, you'll turn around and wave. See, she knows me. I told you, we just met each other. Coach Rowland, she gets the chance to be a fan of y'all as well as coach y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely amazing just to have all of our coaches so supportive of us and just really bringing the energy at meets. Even us gymnasts have like the adrenaline and all that energy. So outside, we may not be jumping up and down as crazy as we are like before our routines, but after that energy really comes out.
What's harder to do? You're the one on the floor or watching one of your teammates? Because y'all know each other routine. I be watching y'all be doing the same things, but so what's harder? You actually being the one performing the routine or watching one of your teammates perform?
I would say it's almost the same, because while you're watching your teammates, all you want them to do is hit their routine the best they can. But when you're up there, it's your job to do your routine and really help the team. So I feel like both ways you have a big role.
What is SEC gymnastics like? I mean, everybody has a team that they want to go up against. Is there a certain team in the SEC that you look forward to competing against? Or what is SEC gymnastics like?
The SEC conference is just a super strong conference. I mean, every meet there's just lots of great talent, and every meet is a new challenge. So we just really enjoy competing with other teams and going to different colleges and experiencing the different atmospheres.
Do you guys feel like you guys are on everybody's like list, because y'all are so incredible top to bottom? Do you feel that when y'all walking either on the road or at home, when y'all walking there, look, man, everybody wants to say they beat Florida.
Yeah, I feel like everyone would really, I don't know. I feel like we just try to do our own jobs and not worry about what other teams think and stuff like that. So when we come into a meet, it's just to perform what we do in training. So
The voice you're listening to right now is Leanne Wong. I listen, telling y'all, 2 perfect 10s, stole the show against Auburn, All-American, Scholastic All-American, All SEC, just a sophomore. I mean, I was going through your accolades. I'm like, I don't got enough paper to write down all these accolades that you have, soft-spoken, humble, enjoying what you're doing. But you at the University of Florida. Like, I get it, because listen, I was at Florida a long, long time ago. I will not disclose when I was there. You're going to have to just Google it. I'm not going to say it because you guys are so much freaking younger than me. Like, Jesus. I said, they was born in what? It used to be they was born in like the early 90s. No, 2000, 2001. 2000. What? Yes, but you at the University of Florida. Do you get a chance to reminisce sometimes? Because when you get a chance to be in the position that you're in, I know you don't take it for granted, but do you you sitting there with your Florida stuff on now? Do you say, I'm at the school I want to be at, competing with the teammates I want to compete with, in the conference that I want to be in, and I'm excelling?
yeah, I'm definitely grateful for where I am now after all the years of gymnastics. It's gotten me the scholarship for college, so it's just really great. And just to be on the University of Florida gymnastics team with the teammates that are just so supportive, and I don't know, I just really love it.
Already into your sophomore season, and did the freshman year go by fast? Because college is, when you're doing it, it goes by really, really quickly. You're already into your sophomore year, fully adjusted. You talked about being away from home, not getting home cooked meals, time management. Have you gotten used to the routine now? Even though I hope you guys got some little coats, because it seems to be a little chilly in Gainesville these days.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm just taking what I learned from last year into this year, but it definitely does go by fast because it's already the second year, and pretty soon this year will be over, and I'll just have to sit.
Getting away from gymnastics a little bit, you said when you get a day off. What does Leanne do? Because once again, people forget. Look, I'm at the University of Florida, but I do regular things. I do my best to have a personal life, even though it's very, 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 very scarce because I'm always, either in class or working out. But if you have a day off, if Coach Rowland say, listen, I catch y'all in the gym. If I catch you in there, you're gonna get in trouble. You got a couple of days off. What is Leanne doing when she's totally removed from gymnastics?
Well, I guess on a day off, I'm trying to get done as much schoolwork as I can since, like, for practice days, we're in the gym. But I feel like everything's still always related to gymnastics because I'm doing, like, making advertisements for, like, companies. And then I also manage my own company called the Leanne Wong Boutique. So I'm just really grateful that I could be the CEO and founder of my company and make my handmade hair bows and sell them to all these gymnasts. And I feel like that's just really made me realize like how many little girls look up to us and how much of a role model I am. So growing up, you just always see those great gymnasts and just dream of being them someday. So
Does that feel normal, what you just said? You like, yeah, well, I'm trying to get schoolwork done, but then I'm doing advertising for these companies, and I'm managing my own company. I mean, hold on. So managing your own company, doing advertising, being a role model to young girls. Oh, that's right. I still got some schoolwork to do.
yeah.
Like, how does one deal with that? I mean, you're not even yet 20 years old, and you got all these different things going on for you. What's the name? What's the name of your boutique again? What's the name of it?
Leanne Wong Boutique. I have my own website and I designed it in like December of 2021. So it's just been over a year. So it's really grown. It's been really exciting.
Have you ever seen? Obviously, you've seen someone wearing some of your headband. You've seen people wearing them.
I've seen a lot of people wearing them, and it's so cool to see them in the O Dome and all over social media.
Now I got to go to your website. I'm not, my head is way too big, but I got two daughters. They
Yeah.
love all things in University of Florida. And when I say, all I gotta say is if my daughter gonna say, who is this from? I'm gonna say, listen, Leanne Wong. She goes to Florida, she plays, she's a gymnast. Oh, well, give it to me. My daughters love that stuff. But
Yeah.
congratulations on that, because it's hard enough deciding that I want to have my own business. Then we do the thing we do, start second guessing. Is anybody going to wear them? Well, get the website, put them out there. Then you go to the O Dome. Not only do the young ladies got it on, the men in Florida are crazy. Probably a bunch of men that got some on their head just to be supportive, because that's what we do at Gator Nation. But congratulations on everything. I mean, I've seen some of your interviews. I know how soft spoken you are. I know the sound bites are going to be real quick. Like, look, I'm going to answer the question. I'm not going to give you any bulletin board material, but from the advertising to NIL to the great success, at your meets, to the top, to the perfect tens, to the headbands. Keep doing what you're doing, Leanne. We will be watching. And like I said, listen, hopefully, by the time you become a senior, listen, the sound bites went from 2 words. Now you get like a full sentence from Leanne. She'll give you a little bit more, come out of her shell just a little bit, but keep doing what you're doing. Coach Rowland, she definitely understands talent when she sees it. Great way to just reintroduce yourself to the world against Auburn. I know it was all about SUNY and Trinity, but Leanne was like, excuse me, my name is Leanne, and I'm pretty good at this thing too. And we will be watching. This is 84 Reasons. No games, no gimmicks, just reasons. Not my reasons, Leanne Wong's reasons. And guess what? Go to her website. Get you a headband. It don't matter if you get them for a family member, a friend. I'm going to go get me about 3 or 4 of them today, probably more than that. That way, if I see you in person, maybe I can get an autograph. Who knows?
Yeah, definitely.